Hi Leo, and welcome to your mid-September sort of update, sort of quite a short 15-minute reading. I just had the energy to do them. Very not had energy this year at all, so it's really nice. So you get the bridge. Yeah, beautiful card, because it's a card of, it's some sort of, so a bridge is obviously something that takes us from one world or one chapter of our life to another. Obviously that's what a bridge is. I'm sorry, I feel ridiculous now. It's some sort of crossover, some sort of transition, some sort of change, some sort of shift, or potentially. We can always resist it. We can always resist the evolutionary forces. I really don't recommend it, but we can. It's funny, my link to my new website's underneath, and my last blog was about evolutionary forces, and the resistance to them tends to be what really creates a lot of our problems. So it looks like some sort of shift here going on. I even love the colours. It's like the colours of my painting. That's the sacral chakra. So orange, so much more, which is the wombs, and it's Cancer, it's the home, family, creativity, and someone is banging outside my window. I'll try and come closer to the camera, Leo. Oh, how annoying. Oh, you've got a floating card of the Page of Pentacles, look. I might have to go and shut a window in a minute, Leo. It's really annoying me. I'm going to go and shut a window. How rude when I'm doing Leo's reading to do that. Sorry. I'm sorry. The Page of Pentacles keeps coming out. Page of Pentacles, some sort of potential gift in your hand. Now what you want is a Three of Swords, so don't worry. It's obviously because you want it. You want whatever's feeling. You want some sort of shift, okay? Don't worry. The gift is the Hanging Man. The challenge is the Ace of Swords, yeah. A feeling that you're not getting clarity. Judgment in your relationships. That's been turning up for loads of people. Venus and Leo, yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? A renaissance in your relationships, which may be going to help with that Three of Swords. Money and work, you get the Tower card. The Fool card, a soul position. Wow. I'll find out what the Tower is, don't worry. A lot of people, I goddamn love the Tower card. Favourite card. It's your opposition card, Aquarius. So what I'm going to do is clarify the Page of Swords and the Tower card. A lot of people are really frightened, because a lot of people are frightened of change. Most of us are frightened of change. And change is the evolutionary forces, yeah? So what's going on here? So you get the Emperor. I am and I will, taking charge of your destiny. There's nothing, and then the Page of Pentacles, which is some sort of, so the Emperor is Aries, okay? Aries is the pioneer part of us that sets out very much in charge of our destiny. With Aries, it hasn't got this codependency energy that thinks, I'll wait for this person to take care of me. Sets out on its mission and goes forward. We all have Aries and we all have Mars, by the way. There's no one coming to save us, Aries and Leo, by the way. This process towards the age of Aquarius is about, it's also called the sleeping Sphinx. So that's in human design. It's another system I study. It's about individuation and setting forth in your own destiny. And it's all going to be very much about Aquarius and Leo, that energy. Bringing forward our own potential into this world, where codependency is becoming more and more that belief of other people are responsible for us has been weeded out. So we're all having to individuate. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're desiring to bring some sort of creativity into the world, some sort of new passion with the Page of Pentacles. That would make sense with the Fool at the soul level, who's the pioneer, who walks down new avenues. Now, what you want is a Three of Swords. I wonder if that's about relationships with a Judgment here. Because a Judgment is coming out of a dark night of the soul. Yeah? And really, a dark night of the soul is when our old life no longer fits, but we don't quite know where we're going yet. Yeah? It tends to be a blessing because it doesn't feel like a blessing when we're in it. But as we come out of it, we understand the why of it. So your relationship dynamic seems to be having a huge shift. Yeah? Beautiful. And what's interesting, that Venus going into Leo, Venus can be, because it's ruled by Taurus, it's about our relationships, but it's also about our money. And if you're wanting to bring forward your own energy, your own Leo energy, which is about purpose, giving it, you know, purpose and bringing it into some sort of shape and definition. Yeah. Defining yourself, your mission, what you want to be doing. Now, what you want is a Three of Swords. Why does Leo want the Three of Swords? So I think there's been some difficulty in your relationships, by the way. Why do you want the Three of Swords? Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's been a lot of confusion here. The Seven of Cups is vague. It's like being in a fog. And the Three of Cups is very foggy. It's more, the Three of Swords is quite being in stormy emotional times. The gift is the Hanging Man, which is helping you. So it's almost like you get through the stormy time by being present, mindfulness, non-resistance, non-reaction. I know it sounds harder. I know it sounds easy when I use those words, Leo. I really get you how not easy it is when you're being, having an emotional trigger. But because you've got the Fool card in a soul level, I think for a lot of you, maybe it looks like, I'm noticing it with a lot of people's readings, that people are doing an awful lot of work during this COVID period. And people's energies are shifting. And I don't think I've done one reading that's not felt like there's an awful lot of movement. You know what, especially around people's desire to initiate something new in money and work. And it might be created by necessity or by desire. I just want to do it differently. Sometimes we change because we're forced into it. And other times it's like, no, I want to bring something meaningful. Aquarius, your opposition into this world. Yeah. And the Hanging Man, the Three of Swords. And the challenge is clarity. So there's a little bit of, there's definitely fogginess here, by the way. Sometimes what I need to do is shut my eyes and I step into these cards, and I try and imagine what I'd be like if I was in them. And it's a little bit like, I really, really don't know what's happening here. But my decision is to be at complete peace with what is until I get the decision I need. Because look at the outcome, which is the Page of Swords, but it's a step above it. So the insight's coming, the news is coming, and the clarity's coming. But it's just like, I'd be like completely yin, yeah? Resting, waiting. Your relationships are going to get better. This is, I guess, Venus and Leo, a lot more joy, a lot more expression. I talk quite a lot about your money and work. I think there's some sort of desire here. So So I'm your opposite sign, okay? So Venus in Aquarius, Aquarius in Leo, healing this dynamic is about individuation, Aquarius, through following the impulse of the heart, Leo, okay? So sometimes it's really hard to decipher the messages that our heart is sending us, and I guess that's how people get tarot readings. Can you decipher this message? I find it hard to decipher messages, by the way. Because I think maybe for some of you that's what's going on. There's some sort of insight coming, but you're not getting the perfect clarity yet. Let me carry on. I had to do this for one other sign, actually, that I had to pull another couple of cards. The Fool card at a soul level. So the Fool's just wanting, you know, the Fool walks down a new pathway. He still has fear, but he understands the fear. Fear is nothing to have fear about. So fear is a vibration in the body. It's there for a purpose. It's there to keep us safe. A life without fear would be unbearable, would still be touching the hot flames, yeah? The Fool no longer listens though. He takes risks, he goes down adventures, he takes risks in spite of the uncertainty he faces. This is very, very powerful in your finances and your money. Okay, and then the Page of Swords brings news. So what is the news? Oh, you've got your own energy coming through. There's clarity coming your way by the end of September, look. Illumination. This is very, very, very yang, by the way. When all this energy is total deep receptivity. So we go to the Hangman, we go to the High Priestess, and we ask for the answers that we need. Yeah. And it can be so tough when you're in these energies to know that the answers that we seek are going to come our way. And it is a little bit of a dilemma to the end of September, guys, okay? But, so if you think about it, you're Leo, I'm Aquarius, so it's both the energies that we hold that are here to birth the new future, okay? So we individuate from the collective, and we start to want to pioneer our own sense of what our life's about. Emperor, Aries, off I go. And to do that, we pioneer, but we follow the energies of the heart. It's the governor. The heart is the governor. And sometimes deciphering those messages, guys, I swear to God, if it helps, I'm waiting on the Ace of Swords. I have not got decisions about something. I haven't got it. And I want you to be okay with not having it, but I want you to work with your energy. So to understand this, what it is to follow the heart, to bring forward this very, very mythical Age of Aquarius, which is a reality, by the way. I think you probably know that by now. And the Way of the Fool card, which is not being held back by fears. And our fears tend to be what other people think of us, leaving the tribe in order to pioneer something different. Because tribal culture is, we leave the tribe and we used to starve to death. Think about it. When to individuate and bring something new into the world means you need to stand as one, yeah? And then, funnily enough, when we learn to stand as one, we tend to be met in our relationships, and the support comes. Your relationships are definitely going to get better, by the way. I guarantee you they will. But there's something way, way deeper going on here, which is so deep that I can hardly access it. I remember the Hangman is very yin, it's very non-reactive. But the real message of the Hanging Man is he goes into his unconscious mind and he releases any trapped, stuck energy down there. And the trapped, stuck energy is always about, if it's the heart, it's past hurts, always. If it's about bringing forth a vacation, it's about fear of being seen, fear of being rejected. That's what the Hangman does. So even though he looks very passive, in fact, in some ways, he's the most active of all the cards. But he does it unseen. If you do check out my website, I talk a lot about this clearing to make way for the Fool card. Because this is the phase that we're in. Yeah. So a lot of people are going through the I Woke stage, which is only the first stage. It's not where the healing takes place. Yeah. And the next stage is the digging work. That is sort of the work of the Hanged Man, by the way. I might have just made up the cards to suit myself. I'm laughing now. So we do the clearing work, and then we live with an open heart. The Sun, Leo, we begin to decipher and discriminate those messages of the heart. Is this real? Is it fantasy? Is this my belief? Is this society's belief? Is this what I want? Is this what I'm told I want? Is my relationship really in trouble? Or am I projecting my own stuff? I don't want to take full responsibility, so I wait for the other person. I do it all the time. For after all these years, Leo, I still fall into every goddamn trap along the way. And then I go, oh my God, I got it. And I'm going, I have to go and say sorry to everyone. But anyhow, I feel I've talked absolute nonsense through every single reading. I'm very, very, very in the Hanged Man's energy, doing loads of clearing work. It's what our purpose is. What's happening in the collective is what's happening in the individual. Yeah? So, that's it. There is nothing else to be said in it. It's happening in the individual and it's happening in the collective. The greatest gift we can give to the world, Leo, is an awakened heart. Yeah? And we get that awakened heart not by having what society told us success was, but by going deep into that and pulling out any garbage that's stopping our heart, being fully awake, and the Tower card, pioneering new chapters for ourselves. That's what the individuation process is. Yeah. But there's always work to be done, because I don't know why, but the universe gives nothing away easy, does it? And I know some of you are laughing when I say that. I've talked totally nonsense all day. I really, really am so deep in that Hanged Man. Leo, honestly, give to me the gift of your awakened heart, God, because boy, do we need it right now. And to shine it. Yeah. So take my advice, go to the Hanged Man. Don't be scared. Yeah. My website might give you a little bit more. It's not even about booking readings. It's about looking at it and going, so that's what the clearing work is. That's what after I woke, which is really, really not. I woke, we do the clearing work, and then our hearts open permanently, and we get to shine this love into the world. Wouldn't it be wonderful? So much love, guys. Bye.